So there was a king. And this king, well, you know what, this king loved having a bit of fun. And he loved having fun with his great admirers and advisors. So one day he called in the royal advisor and he said to the royal advisor, would you like to get some gold? Well, you can imagine the royal advisor thought, oh, I'd love some gold. I'm sure if I said to you guys here, would you like some money? Yeah, would you? Okay, well, this is how you get the money. You have to answer 3 questions.
During World War II, my granddad and like his friends and like loads of people, they used to go out and sleep in like fields, because in case like anyone tried to come in like through water or sneak into like Limavady, so they used to sleep in the fields, and like they used to take turns of doing it. So they all went into this hut when it wasn't their turn, and one night my granddad was sleeping and he like woke up and he thought he seen like this ghost in like a soldier's like outfit, and he was really confused. So he woke up like all of his friends and he was telling them, but they all thought he was like crazy. But then like a couple of nights later, his friend woke up my granddad and he said, I seen him, I believe you now.
So in roughly 1990 something, my mum and her sister were just really annoying each other and getting on her nerves and things like that. So one day me granny wanted to got my aunt Joanne a new alarm clock. I think it was a Bart Simpson one. So my mum had the honours of hiding it in a room. So roughly 9 o'clock in the morning the next day, that's all you heard. The Bart Simpson alarms just ringing off everywhere.
Well, what was the first question? Can anybody remember? First question?
How many cows' tails can get to the moon?
Oh, how many cows' tails from here to the moon and back, I think it was, wasn't it? And the storyteller just kind of smiled. And then they said, oh, and what was the second question? And they said the second question was something about the sea, wasn't it? What was it? How deep is the ocean? No, and the storyteller said, yeah, that's answerable. And then they said, what was the third question? And then the poor royal advisor looked at me and says, I have to tell him what he's thinking. How am I supposed to know what he's thinking?
I'm happy if you do it just yourselves without me interfering. Because I can talk, but it'd be lovely to hear you guys talk. Huh?
Can you help me?
Okay.
During the 1916 project, we did a lot of things. My favourite part of it was getting to listen to everyone else's stories. Like it showed like their past, like their family's past and what they did during all this time.
My favourite part was the stories that you've told and about the dragon and all. Like it showed don't judge a book by its cover and all.
My great-great-granddad answered the call of leader John Redmond for World War I think it was, and he left one child and his wife behind in the bog side. He was very politically aware and active in the Derry battalion of the Irish National Volunteers. They trained in Cork and they brought home military items in case anybody needed them for future use. He was an Irish patriot. His war in the front line was short, lasting January until July 1916. After injured, he was shipped home, and he has a grave looking over his hometown in Derry.
My favourite bit was whenever he was saying about the story about the sulky seals, and I just thought it was interesting. And then, after that, then he was saying about the stepping stones. If you skip a stone, then you're missing out on an important bit of the story.
And then the royal advisor said, you know the answers, don't you? He said, well, I might know the answers. Well, then tell me, I'll share the gold with you. And the storyteller said, no, I'm not going to tell you the answers. Well, why not? He said, here's what I'm going to do. Tomorrow, when it's time to go in front of the king, I will pretend to be you. I will wear your cloak, I'll pull up the hood, and he won't know it's me. He'll think it's you, and I will answer the questions. Oh, great, said the royal advisor, thinking, you can get your head chopped off.
During the Troubles in Derry in 1974, the grandmother of a Year 9 student was hanging out washing in her backyard. 2
Two unknown masked men came up behind her and told her to be quiet. Next, they climbed over the fence into the next garden. Later that day, the British soldiers questioned her about this incident. They never found out who the two men were.
We had to get stories from like our grannies or grandads. We had to ask people if they were told any stories or if they had any stories from when they were younger, and like their grandparents telling them any stories.
And when we told them, you had to make sure that you got like every bit, you like every detail, like where was it, and all, just to make it more interesting.
Me and my friends went down beside the Foyle Bridge, and there's a story about a girl who got locked up in a room, and she was sick of it, so she just jumped out the porch window, and my friends wanted to get a laugh, so they just went to chase chickens, and they saw something moving round the ledge of the window, and it was down beside Boom Hill, and they saw something wandering round beside the chickens that was too big to be a chicken and too small to be a horse. It was about the size of us, and they saw something moving about, and it came at them. All of them ran back to beside the bridge, and they said that they never saw something like that scary before in their lives. And that's the story.